Hi, my name is Víctor Corrales.
This video is about the research process to prove the hypothesis that if students use social networks at school, then they can communicate better. Therefore, if students can communicate better, then they can acquire better grades. Personally, I use social networks at school and they benefit me a lot. They help me with homework and they help me to learn faster. But that's just my own experience. That's why I made that hypothesis to know if someone else got the same result as me. Now we'll do that by investigating using the research process that I will show you right here in this video.
First, I'm going to explain the dynamics I will be using throughout the video so you don't get lost. In the video, I will be explaining what each part of the research process consists of, in other words, the definition. Then I will be explaining what my own research consists of in each of the research process parts. The first thing you need to do is a literature review. A literature review is made to summarize and synthesize arguments from others without adding new contributions. It discusses published information in a particular area. In my literature review, I analyze publishings and literature reviews from other people about social networks in school. I gathered the information, focusing on the quality, and made a synthesis of it. It helped me to have a better understanding about social networks and the interaction between social networks, students, and the school. And it also helped me to back up my hypothesis. The next part of a research paper is called methodology. The methodology is the method used to prove the hypothesis, in this case, a survey. The results from our research paper were conducted by the appliance of a survey to students from 2nd, 4th, and 6th semester. The survey was applied to them because they are in an average age where the team could take a neutral point in the results of the benefits of social networks in schools, and also because of the difference in the school years. The survey was typed in a computer, it was analyzed, corrected, and edited, so it could be a professional grade survey. Then it was passed to an application called Socrative, by which 63 students answered the survey and the data was collected in a computer. The instrument design was chosen digitally so it could be easily answered and students could be attracted to the survey. The survey was applied on school hours between classes and in breaks so students could be relaxed. The next part of the research process is called the results. The results are the data obtained by the application of methodology to know whether the hypothesis is true or not. In this case, the results from the survey were that in the first question, 51 students answered that they use technology devices in school. In the second question, 35 students out of 63 answered they use their technology in class, while 17 answered they do not use it, and 10 students answered they sometimes use their technology. In the third question, 29 students answered their teacher manages the use of devices in class. In the fourth question, 23 students considered that technology really helps the class. In the fifth question, 29 students answered that sometimes technology distracts them from school. In the sixth question, 36 students prefer to study while using their technology device. In the seventh question, 58 students thought that the technology makes communication easier with teachers and classmates. In the 80th question, 37 students agreed that they could not work well with technology. In the 19th question, 23 students think it is appropriate to use technology at school. In the 10th question, 29 students answered they could have better grades without technology. After the results, then there is the discussion. The discussion is just the interpretation of the results. In this case, the discussion will be to the survey applied to students about social networks in schools for communication gave us favorable results that proved that our hypothesis is correct. We researched about the topic and based on our own experiences we concluded that social networks improve communication to acquire better grades. And indeed, after we applied the survey, we obtained favorable results. Our survey showed that students use technology and social networks for a considerable time each day and they use it in school as an aid to get better grades. The results we got demonstrate that social networks benefit students in acquiring better grades rather than affect them. We got some issues because we found that some students see social networks as a distraction, but our survey proved that social networks benefit rather than affect in a bad outcome. At the end there is the conclusion. The conclusion is the final reflection of all the research paper. In this research paper, the conclusion is that social networks along with technology are evolving in an unmeasured manner. Social networks have become an important part in education, so I think every school should have technology and social networks as an important part of their program. Schools that do not have a good communication mostly fail studies and have lack of improvement in educational affairs. Social networks can help communicating with teachers, students, and classmates. In my opinion, there should be more support from the government to make campaigns or mandatory that schools have some type of social network to communicate.